Welcome. I want to start off today by congratulating you. Although some of you may know what this mobile barcode stuff is all about, for many of you, this is your first time in trying to wrap your head around the concept, and it is a step that will keep you ahead of your competitors, as well as allowing you to broaden your access by your customers and clients. That's something to be very proud of. So what are we going to do today? We're going to start off with a brief description of what mobile or QR codes are all about, where they come from, why they're here, who's using them and how. We're also going to show you how you can use this technology to empower and grow your business, as well as what are the current and future opportunities for your business. The United States Postal Service this summer is having a mobile barcode promotion, which we'll touch on. Additionally, in commercial, retail, restaurant, and hospitality are also good choices, just to name a few. Now, for those of you who have never seen one, this is a mobile barcode. Now, for today's purposes, we're simply going to call it a QR code because most people are familiar with that term. So before I get ahead of myself, I wanted to take a few minutes and address a question I recently received and why we should be involved in this at all. A marketer I was talking to asked me, technology aside, has marketing really changed over the last, 5 or 10 years? That is an interesting question. So I thought about it for a moment and I said back to him, how can you set technology aside? You see, jumping back a few years, back in 1981, here in Chicago where we are based, there were 4 main media channels for marketing. You had television, where we had 5 major networks, radio, which consisted of 3 genres of music, news, and talk, and we had 3 main newspapers, as well as, of course, direct mail. Back in 1981, did you know the average person was hit by 250 marketing messages each and every day? So let's flash forward to 2011. You've got cable with over 500 channels, satellite radio with 200, internet where you can search in less than a split second millions of websites. There's Wi-Fi, there's texting, there's email, Facebook. The list goes on and on. As you can see, we are crazy busy and we are being pulled from so many different directions that it is difficult for us to have attention in any one of them. Remember, back in 1981, the average person was hit by about 250 marketing messages each and every day. In 2011, the average person gets hit by over 3,000 marketing messages each and every day. So how do we cut through that clutter? How do we get their attention? Well, we do it using the same technology that's distracting our customers. This we call digital marketing. See, today, we can combine these mediums and actually create a process and a way to not only connect with our customers, but also track and gain more information from them. For instance, we can create a direct mail flyer that will direct you to a personalized website. This website, or Pearl as we call it, can greet you as it interacts with you. We can gain or learn some information about you, and from that, we can offer you a gift, send you an email, text your phone. A salesperson can call you in a matter of minutes. That person can interact with others scattered throughout the world using a cloud network to ensure that every one of your questions and needs are being met. They can close a sale. Each and every step along the way can be personalized to you. And the best part is we can track your every move. This is digital marketing. So how does that all factor in with this QR code or mobile barcodes that we were referring to? Well, if you haven't noticed it, these things are starting to pop up all over the place. But why are they here? And how do they work? A QR code is a quick response code. It is a two-dimensional barcode that was originally designed back in 1994 to help a Japanese auto manufacturer track parts in a warehouse. Jump forward a little bit to the use of the smartphone, and somebody realized that they can use this barcode to actually serve up information on the smartphone and interact with the user. There are two types of barcodes that are in wide use today. The free QR, as we refer to it, is free because there's no licensing. They're easily obtained. They can be used and managed without having to be concerned with, with ownership and licensing restrictions. Microsoft Tag is, of course, a product developed by Microsoft and does have certain restrictions and limitations. So that is relatively new to the field. We'll kind of sort of see how that plays out. How it works is you take your smartphone, and what you need to do is first find a QR code reader. You can download one at no cost through your App Store or your App Market through your favorite mobile phone. Simply search for QR code reader. I happen to like one called Enigma. But there are many out there, so feel free to pick and choose whichever one that you feel best meets your needs. Of course, Microsoft and their Tag has their own app that needs to be downloaded. Now, I have both because you never know which one you're going to see. And the battle lines have recently been drawn between Microsoft and the QR code, so nobody really knows who is going to win and become the dominant QR code in the marketplace. It's kind of like VHS or Beta, or maybe HD and Blu-ray. We'll just have to see how it all plays out. So I was on the phone the other day, and I was having a discussion with a marketer, and the guy asked me a question and said, so are these things really going to change the world, or is this just some toy that we like to play with because it's new? Now, as a marketer, that's really not a bad question, because in marketing, we all get really excited by new and cool technologies and fun things that we can do to gain the attention of our public. But will this hold up? Will people use it? Well, the statistics say yes, and in a big way. In April, 234 million mobile phone subscribers. Of them, 48% use their mobile phones to browse the web. 32% have scanned a QR code. 62% of those have scanned them multiple times. 7 out of 10, that's 70%, say that they would be interested in using a QR code. Mobile barcode scanning has increased 800% in the last year. 40% said in late 2010 they used their mobile phones to browse the web to search information on products or services. Do you know that that figure grew 10% in 6 months? Top users say that they scan these codes to get a promotional deal like a coupon or to obtain additional information. Now here's the money part. Mobile phone use through e-commerce has quadrupled from end of 2009 to reach 4.9 billion at the close of 2010. By 2015, shoppers worldwide are projected to spend $163 billion on goods and services via mobile phones. That will represent about 12% of the total projected e-commerce market. That is a significant number, and that's why we are here today. So, how does it actually work? Well, when you open these apps, you scan, or quite literally, take a picture of the QR code. And what that will do is it will serve up information to you, and that information can allow interaction and provide a more personalized experience. So what do we get out of this? Maybe we'll give them a URL, which is a website. Maybe we'll offer them a coupon that they can show a cashier or a wait server. Maybe some general information about a product or service. Contact info. Do you know there is a QR code on my business card? If you scan that with a QR code reader, my contact information will pop up in your phone, and with one tap of a button, you can load that information into your phone. We can generate a text, even send an email. The technology allows 4,296 alphanumeric characters that we can cram into one of these QR codes and interact with the phone. So who is using these? Well, direct mail, we use them all the time. In magazines, next time you're flipping through a magazine, keep an eye out for them. You'll see them pop up in ads all over the place. Television. Ellen DeGeneres recently used a QR code on her television show, and Jon Stewart of The Daily Show also recently did one when he was doing a political satire. Billboards. Now, this is a personal kind of issue that I have, if we can call it that. As I'm driving down the road, I can't imagine having an opportunity to see a QR code on a billboard, whip up my phone, start the app, take a picture of it, and do web surfing as I'm going 55 miles an hour. Now, maybe a passenger can, or maybe if I drive that same street every day, I can think about it. I'm not exactly sure what the thought process is on a billboard for a highway, but the point is they are showing up there. Retail. Next time you're in Best Buy, take a look at any price tag in the store. Just to the left of it is a QR code. You scan that QR code and it will give you information about that product, much more than simply the price and a few bullet listings that you're going to see on the price tag. POP, or point of purchase, very, very popular. Again, a tremendous amount of information that can be provided instantaneously to the consumer right there in the store. And trade shows. Trade shows are interesting because it is a quick way, as you're waiting in line potentially to talk to an exhibitor, you can scan a QR code and get certain information, maybe some of your question answered, without even having a deep, long conversation with them. Any way we can provide easier access to information, any way we can interact with those customers is one jump ahead of our competitors. So in part 2, we'll take a look at some examples of QR codes and how people are using them. Thank you.